What's up, Loaf? Today I'm going to tell you one player that will absolutely win you your league in 2021, and his name is... So there's a reason that annoying guy in your league that always asks you for trades is the same guy that finishes in the top half or winning your league almost every year. And that reason is conviction. Remember a season where you won it all or almost won it all. Odds are you either made a trade or you picked someone up off of waivers that helped you get that far. Chances are this person either had favorable matchups or just broke out entirely due to injury or otherwise towards the last few weeks of the season. Justin Forsett, anybody? The point is, it's week 10. It's week 10. With the playoffs right around the corner, it's time to start having some conviction. The player that you're excited about, it's time to go get him. The playoff push starts now. Now, just to warn you, you and I could be dead wrong about our convictions, but that's the fun of fantasy football. I'd rather be wrong with my guys rather than sit complacently with the team that I had ever since the draft. Well, that is, unless your team's been loaded since the draft, which in that case, congrats to you. Here's my conviction for 2021. You should trade for David Montgomery right now, and here's why. Last year was David Montgomery's coming out party. 2020 was his breakout year. In the last 6 games, he ended up scoring over 20 fantasy points in each game. He also ended the season with 32, 23, and 22 carries respectively. He was their workhorse back, and now he is again. And that includes some work in the passing game. Not known as a passing threat, Montgomery last year in his monster stretch even got so much as 9 targets in his last game. He also averaged over 4 targets per game in that last 6-week stretch where he took the league by storm. To start the 2021 season, Montgomery started off clearly maintaining his workhorse back role. He carried the ball 16 times in at least 3 out of his first 4 games this season. We all know Khalil Herbert has stepped in his absence since he's been hurt in week 5, but now coming back in his first week off IR, week 9, he saw 85% of the target share. Herbert is now the backup, Montgomery is the workhorse once again. The schedule, now the good stuff. Weeks 11 through 17. David Montgomery's schedule is a cakewalk. The schedule was one of the reasons he broke out in 2020, and he's about to do it again in 2021. From weeks 11 through 17 this year, he will play 4 of the bottom 10 run defenses in the league, and only 1 team out of these games is in the top half against running backs scoring fantasy points. David Montgomery is going to feast off of this schedule. This past week in week 9 was a little bit encouraging. They shouldn't be one of the bottom offenses in the league anymore. Hopefully going forward, they can be an average offense so David Montgomery can be one of the best running backs in fantasy. The window is now to buy on David Montgomery. While he did get a great snap percentage in the last game, he didn't score a monster fantasy day. He's going into his bye, so now is the time to trade for David Montgomery to make that playoff push, especially if it's a team who needs a win this week, has David Montgomery on bye. Target those teams, especially if you are sitting comfortably in playoff position. This is going to allow you to get a player who will help you dominate going into the fantasy playoffs. All right, so that's my guy. He's going to win you your league this year, David Montgomery. I could be dead wrong about it, but that's my conviction. If you have a different one, great. Go get your guys. The time is now. Start making the playoff push, Loaf. See you next time.